history is full of firsts.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Many of those firsts shaped our way of life. For 70 years, KPRC Channel 2 has been proud to be pioneers in shaping television and Houston history.
In a state the size of Texas, everyone can enjoy.
Calls in the storms Thursday. Minutes before 9 o'clock, the crew's here telling her.
This is the first time in a long they had 11. Send us some of your pictures.
Isn't it good to work for a place that has a sense of history? And indeed it is.
See, taking the president from Spring to College Station following.
If you have something you'd like Channel 2 Investigates to check out, call the tip line at 713-223-TIPS or email investigates@click2houston.com. Live from KPRC, this is Channel 2 News Today.
Breaking news right now. This morning, a man is charged with DWI after police say he drove his car into Fire Station 18. How the firefighter who was injured during that crash is doing this morning.
Well, the winds have calmed down, but the chill is setting in. Look at some areas that feel below freezing and some that actually are. Straight ahead this morning.
The Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo does not officially start until next week, but the pre-rodeo event's already underway. We are live at the World Championship Barbecue Contest where the contestants already have those pits going.
Now we're talking.
Looks so good.
All right, good morning. Thursday the 27th at 4:30. I'm Owen Conflanty.
Good morning. I'm Tanaya Wright. Ro is in with a check on the road, so welcome.
Yes, good morning. I was hoping for a nice and smooth morning, but it looks like there's a couple accidents already, so we'll get you through this morning, and I hope everything just moves and grooves, like Justin says.
That's right. I was going to say, I know she's got a little action this morning. So she's set, man. She's been here for an hour already, just ripping at the graphics. Very excited as well. Yeah.
Ready to go.
Anyway, we've got, as you mentioned, Owen, the winds have calmed, thankfully. But as we expected, when the winds go calm, that just means that the temperatures start to tank. We've got a couple of upper 20s out there as well. We've seen some low 30s, and we're also going to be looking at a bit of a chilly start. It's interesting, though, because it's cold outside this morning, but it doesn't feel as bad. That's kind of the catch-22 of those winds. When the wind is up and it's elevated, it's got more bite to it as it feels on your skin versus when it's cold and the wind is relatively calm. Meaning that, you know, if you're getting out early this morning, going to do a little gladiator training or even, you know, that quick run, let's say at 5 a.m., I think you're going to be okay. For the most part, temperatures out there anywhere from the mid-30s to the upper 30s to even the mid-40s as you get to Galveston. Now, yes, we have some cool spots. Obviously, we've got 28 in Columbus, 29 up into Huntsville, 35 at Bush, and 39 as you get down towards Hobby. So the wind has been a bit of a factor, although it's starting to relatively go calm, with one exception as you get down to the coast. And that does mean that we're likely going to be looking at a fairly decent afternoon. So starting off chilly this morning, should get us back up into the mid-50s to about 60 degrees. So if you're going out to cook off today, it's going to be real nice. It will be chilly tonight, but I've got a much better looking forecast. And Ro, I'll tell you what, as we get in towards your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, this is probably some of the best cook-off weather we've seen in at least the last couple of years.
It's always great to get good news. Thank you, Justin. For the most part, you see green is great. All of the major arteries into town looks great, but we do have some trouble issues I want to warn you about, and it's all on the Sam Houston Tollway. The east side, you see see here northbound, there's an accident, the East Ham Houston Tollway at the Ship Channel Bridge. All of the main lanes are affected. You can expect that will bring some delays, but also I wanted to show you this. Southbound, even closer, you see there's a 2-car accident on the tollway southbound at the exit ramp. That will also affect your commute if you're coming in that way. Did want to show you a closer look at what that might look like here. You can see, can't see too much, but you can see traffic is moving, and all of those lights means everything looks good for now. Hopefully it stays that way. Want to show you your drive times. There you go. Took a little bit. And here we go. We have 23 minutes from the Woodlands into town and just a 12-minute commute from Pearland into the heart of our great city.
Green lights all around. Thanks, Ro. We'll see you in a few moments. It's 4:33 here. Let's go to some breaking news this morning. Police say an intoxicated driver drove straight into Fire Station 18.
That's right. Fire officials say one firefighter was injured in that crash. Our Sophia Ojeda live now at Fire Station 18 on Telephone Road in Southeast Houston this morning. So, Sophia, why are officials saying this could have been much worse?
Good morning, guys. Yeah, this could have been much worse because in that area where that car slammed into, there were firefighters just moments before that happened. But the good news this morning is that even though we know that firefighter may have suffered a possible concussion, he is doing well this morning. Take a look at this gaping hole here behind me. This is what's left of that crash here at Fire Station 18 in Southeast Houston. This huge hole and rubble all over the place. It is now boarded up. Houston Fire tells Channel 2 this all went down around 10 o'clock last night. This black car came speeding into Fire Station 18, slammed into the front of the building. The assistant chief says it hit the lounge area where firefighters hang out and eat inside, and a row of refrigerators inside was also hitting one firefighter. There were actually more firefighters in that lounge area right before this all happened.
A call came in, most of them had to go. That one firefighter was not on that call. And what we think happened is that he was struck by maybe one of the refrigerators, because that is the lounge area. All the refrigerators have been pushed forward and knocked over. We don't know exactly where he was, but what we do know, he sustained some injuries to his head.
And we know that could be a possible concussion. But again, Fire Chief Sam Pena says that he is doing well this morning. As for that driver, he was taken into custody, arrested with a possible DUI. Reporting live in Southeast Houston, Sophia Ojeda, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
All right, Sophia, thank you. We've got the new developments this morning in a story we've been following all week. The woman accused of shooting a 10-year-old child while she was taking selfies with a gun is in jail this morning. 19-year-old Caitlin Smith has been charged with injury to a child and is being held on $20,000 bond.
New this morning, police are trying to figure out how this massive car fire started just off the North Loop in Northeast Houston. Officers came across this burning Cadillac Escalade at about 1 o'clock this morning in a field next to a home. Firefighters were able to put out those flames, but the vehicle, were told, just a total loss. Investigators believe that truck was stolen.
Well, police in Wisconsin are working to find a motive after a 51-year-old man opened fire at the Molson Coors plant in Milwaukee, killing 5 people.
Police say the gunman, who was an employee of that company, then shot and killed himself. More than 1,000 people were working at the plant during the time of that shooting. It is one of the largest and most famous breweries.
This is a tragic day for our city. This is a tragic day for our state. 5 families, 6 families actually, are grieving and will be grieving because of this horrific act of this individual.
The brewery will now shut down for the time being. Investigators, though, have not yet released the name of the victims or the gunman. The U.S. may have its first instance of community-spread coronavirus.
The 15th U.S. case is in Solano, California, Solano County, California. Community spread. That means the virus is moving through a community and the source of the infection is unknown. In other words, that person didn't travel to China or something super obvious. President Trump says Vice President Pence will lead a team tasked with the U.S. coronavirus response. The Trump administration says the risk to Americans remains low, but the CDC says there will be more cases to come. Large outbreaks in other regions like Italy and Iran have sparked concerns about the virus's spread and its impact on global travel and the world economy. Out in Los Angeles, the mayor says public areas of the airport, LAX, are being disinfected every hour. New this morning, we've learned Japan is closing all schools from this weekend through late March, basically a month. to try to stop the virus from spreading. And that may cast even more doubt on the future of the 2020 Olympics, which are scheduled still for this summer in Japan. Organizers say they're continuing as planned for now.
Between the IOC and the Tokyo organizers, our objective is to have the games celebrated this year, starting on July 24th.
Fear over the spread is impacting the world of sports here in America, too. The Boston Red Sox have asked a Taiwanese prospect to stay in his hotel room in Florida, preventing him from reporting to the team's spring training complex nearby.
We're still a few days away from the official rodeo kickoff, but if you are in the area, the smells have already begun.
The good ones. Coming up live from NRG for barbecue and the World Championship cook-off getting underway in just a few hours.
Amen to that, right? It's just like, we wait till, that's right. Good stuff's out there. Anyway, perfect cook-off weather. We're going to talk more about that. It is rodeo time, ladies and germs. We'll get into what is going to be a great-looking weekend, a nice warm-up as well. I'll have the details coming up here right after the break. It's 4:38. Stick around.
With a better night's sleep.
441 at Channel 2 News today. Almost time for a rodeo tradition. The days before rodeo kicks off, hundreds of teams fill NRG Park for some good old barbecue.
That is right. It's the World Championship Barbecue Contest, and it kicks off today. Channel 2's Brittany Jeffers is there live this morning, where people are already up cooking. So, Brittany, tell us what it smells like out there.
You guys should be very, very jealous. We'll just say that. You know it's a good day when you're talking barbecue, and we are out here. You can already see just how busy it is going to be. Take a look at all of the tents. This is just one of the rows out here. Things are buttoned up right now, but as you mentioned, we are getting busy. They are firing up those pits out here. They've been prepping for about 10 days, but the doors open at 5 o'clock today. But we got a sneak peek at what you can expect.
I think traditional good old Texas barbecue is minimal sauces, good meat, low and slow, make a good smoke ring on it, keep it nice and tender and juicy, and that just sets us apart from anywhere else as far as our barbecue.
I got to sample during the preparations yesterday, and the cooks at the World's Championship Barbecue Cook-Off Contest aren't messing around. This year, 254 teams will be firing up the pits. Some even traveling from across the pond to throw down in the 3-day competition.
Get the opportunity to come to an invitational event, which we've been very lucky the last 3 years. It's just an amazing event, and just amazing how many people and how good the Texans are, and the hospitality is unbelievable.
A reminder that most barbecue tents are invitation only, but for a $20 ticket, the public can get a plate and access to live music.
It's a lot of really good entertainment, and it's $20, and then you get to see what some of these cook teams have put together out here as far as their tents and their pits and all that stuff.
So some of those categories that they're going to be judged on will be ribs, there's chicken, there's brisket, there's even a new competition this year for some of the junior cooks. And coming up at 5 o'clock, we're going to have much more on that new competition. We're also going to be going inside some of these tents. I'm told there's going to be food, so we'll be bringing you a lot of barbecue this morning, but we'll have much more coming up in the next hour. For now, live at NRG, I'm Brittany Jeffers, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
Beautiful. All right, the unofficial start to rodeo. Brittany, thanks. 102 million people tuned in for the Super Bowl this year. Quite a few of them were not happy with the halftime show. We'll tell you how many people sent formal complaints to the FCC about J-Lo and Shakira. We'll be right back.
Good morning. Time right now is 4:45. Look at this. 35 degrees outside right now. Live look outside. Chilly start. Justin will have your full forecast coming up in just a few moments. And Ro is going to have traffic updates for you in just a few moments as well. But of course, don't forget, you can check out traffic online anytime on our website, clicktohouston.com. There you can track your drive times, even ask us traffic-related questions so we can find them out for you.
Wow, just 2 days now until the critical showdown for Democrats in South Carolina.
And the candidates are trying to appeal to African Americans. Minority support is crucial in South Carolina, where African Americans make up 60% of the state's Democratic primary voters.
We're going to bring people together. We're going to end every form of ugly racism that exists in this country.
I was particularly humbled to be aware that last night there was a discussion of racial justice among 7 white candidates standing on a debate stage.
As I said in your church, Rev, that Sometimes I wake up and I think it's 1920 and not 2020. Wow. The way in which I really mean it.
Former Vice President Joe Biden has picked up a major endorsement in South Carolina, and that is Congressman James Clyburn. He's the highest-ranking black member of Congress and encourages his constituents to also throw their support behind Biden. Coming up later this morning on the Today Show, Craig Melvin sits down with Biden in South Carolina for an exclusive one-on-one interview.
Candidate Mike Bloomberg will be in Houston this morning. He's speaking at a rally at the Rustic off Polk Street. Doors open at 9:30. He's campaigning for Super Tuesday, where 1 U.S. territory and 14 states, including Texas, will cast ballots. Head to our website, click2houston.com, for everything you need to know about early voting ahead of the primary. Well, the U.S. House of Representatives has passed historic legislation making lynching a federal crime. It's called the Emmett Till Anti-Lynching Act, and it passed with broad bipartisan support, 410 to 4. It was named after the 14-year-old whose brutal murder in Mississippi became a civil rights rallying cry in the 1950s. Anti-lynching legislation has already passed unanimously in the Senate. Since the bills still have different titles and numbers, they'll have to have additional action before they can go to the president's desk for signature. The White House has indicated the president would sign the legislation if it gets there.
Speaking of, President Trump's going to host a Black History Month event today. The president and first lady will attend that reception held at the White House. This video you can see is from last year's Black History Month event. Today's reception will take place at 6 p.m.
Well, the Houston Roughnecks are one of the most popular teams in the XFL, and they're the last undefeated team, by the way. Here's Randy McElvoy this morning with how the Roughnecks say the league's game-changing headset rules are working out.
Good morning. Welcome into the Xfinity Sports Desk. The Rockets wrapped up their short homestand in style last night. Grizzlies shorthanded. They were awful. The Rockets ran them right out of Toyota Center. Rockets led all night long. They never trailed. This was a rout the first half. Three-headed monster led by Russell Westbrook. Russ was lights out at 23 of his 33 all in that first half. James Harden just as potent from distance. The Beard 7 of 12 from three-point land. Wound up knocking down 30 points. Second half, Austin Rivers continued his hot hand. He couldn't miss either. Rivers with 23. Rockets put up 140 points in the big win. It's on to Boston coming up on Saturday night. All right, it was not intentional, but another Astros player was hit yesterday in a spring training game. Fifth inning, Alex Bregman took a bad curveball from a Cardinals minor leaguer. Bregman shook it off. Not a big deal. Quietly went down to first base. As for the game now, Jose Urquidy on the hill for the Astros. He would run into a little bit of trouble early, top of the second. One man on. Cards left fielder Lane Thomas. See you later to left. Astros down 2-0. Bottom of the third after a two-run homer from Miles Straw. Alex Bregman at the plate sends that one out of there. Tied at 3, his first of the spring. Now the man of the hour, Miles Straw, who's shown a little bit of power with that speed. Look at that right there. That's an inside the park home run. He'll take it. Astros, though, fall 7-5 to the Cardinals. 3 games into the XFL season, and the Houston Roughnecks are the talk of the league. Best offense and the only unbeaten as they get set to clash with Dallas on Sunday. With the XFL rules, Coach June Jones can now talk to P.J. Walker all the way to the snap, something they say has been working.
With my deal being able to talk to him during the plays, I think that's all beneficial. And, you know, it's still up to them to execute once the ball snapped.
Just to hear his voice and his knowledge for the run and shoot offense while I'm out there, you know, just giving me the opportunity to see what he sees as well has been awesome.
All right, Roughnecks in Dallas coming up on Sunday. Reminder to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at KPRC2, Randy McElvoy. Have a great day, and we'll see you tonight.
All right, it is 10-5 now. We've got Rowan with a check on the roads.
Yes, that's right. Not really a smooth morning, especially for the southeast side of town, but we will get you through it. And I am positive that the other drivers who are getting on the roads will be just fine this morning. I'm praying for it. We are hoping.
Look at that positivity. I like it right there. Yeah, chilly out there this morning as well. As you saw Brittany's live shot, you know, jackets for sure. If you're out there, you're going to need them tonight if you're going out to cook off. But I'm telling you, this is some of the best weather we've seen in the last couple of years for cooking. It always gets a little funky this time of year. You know, it's like what are we going to get? Is it going to be sideways rain? What's the deal? So good news is that we're A-OK so far. We've got 39 in downtown. We're about mid-40s as you get down to the coast, 35 as you get right here at Channel 2. We've got some upper 20s out there, both Huntsville, Conroe sitting right at about 28, 29 degrees, 27 out in Columbus right now. So if you live out that way or if you're up towards Bryant College Station, maybe a little bit of patchy frost, the winds have gone calm, not out of the question. I don't think we're talking about scraping it off of your windshield, but maybe just a real thin layer. 35 at Bush, 39 in Hobby, and obviously a little warmer as you get down to the coast where the winds are still somewhat elevated at around 10 miles an hour, and that's actually helped keep the temperatures up just a bit. Across the state, we've got 20s on the board, anywhere from San Angelo, San Antonio right now sitting below freezing at 30 degrees, 20 up into Oklahoma City, and Dallas is officially sitting at that 32-degree mark. So let's run the numbers through the rest of this morning and into this afternoon. Should be a nice day today. We're going to see a lot of sunshine. That'll get us up to mid-50s, and notice that the winds are slowly switching, taking more of that south component as we go in towards tonight, tomorrow. So this evening, if you're headed out to cook off, notice that we will be in the upper 40s to low 50s. So you'll definitely need the jacket over top of all of your rodeo gear. But by tomorrow morning, not as chilly, but still cool. We'll put it that way. Upper 30s, low 40s. And then as we get into Friday afternoon, jumping quickly back up into the upper 60s. And we're just going to go higher than that as we get in towards the weekend. In fact, the weekend looks really good in part because we've got a lot of dry air moving over top of us right now. The only trouble spot we've got across the country is going to be this big area of low pressure swinging its way from Cleveland out to Buffalo. In Buffalo, places like Watertown, New York, which is just here north of Lake Ontario, they could get 1 to 2 feet of elevated snow with a little lake effect enhancement there. So thankfully, that's not the case for us. High pressure is going to move off to the week as it heads out toward the east here. We're going to see a nice warm up as we get in towards your Saturday and Sunday forecast. So great looking weather all around. Sunny skies starting today, going in towards this weekend. The Dynamo get their season kicked off a Saturday afternoon as well at BBVA. And then, of course, don't forget, we've got the primary on Tuesday and also on Saturday, Row. Got to move those clocks forward 1 hour, get a little bit of extra sunshine.
Woohoo, 1 extra hour. And look at this, green all around the arteries of Houston going into downtown. But there are some spots I do want to show you. One of it is a pretty good news for drivers who are around this area, at least going northbound. Cleared. That accident that was affecting all lanes now cleared at the Ship Channel. But if you're going southbound, unfortunately, you have to deal with this. What's residual traffic from the two-car accident on the East Sam Houston Tollway at 225. That exit ramp is effective. Let's take a look at what that looks like. You can see some of the cars stopped on the side of the road, and it's causing a little bit of a slowdown. But I also want to show you some love from this side of town here. Look at this. All of these green means go. Back to you.
All right, Ro. Ro means go. All right, 4:54. Hey, the FCC says it got more than 1,300 complaints about the Super Bowl halftime show with J-Lo and Shakira. 140 of them came from Texas. Nearly half the complaints mentioned children, like one viewer from Washington State who wrote, "I was not prepared to explain to my 11-year-old daughter why Jennifer Lopez was dressed so scantily. My daughter was asking if she was feeling sick from having so much skin showing." 102 million people tuned in for the Super Bowl, and well, 1,300 complaints. If you're still keeping up with your New Year's resolution to eat healthy, it's going to get easier.
Yes, it is. Coming up at 5, Haley Hernandez is breaking down the 4 big changes coming to those nutrition labels.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Just before 5 o'clock, here's what we're looking at. A perfect look for our kickoff, as we'll see temperatures around 60 this afternoon. A lot of sunshine. We'll be right back. Stick around.
Arts. Live from KPRC, this is Channel 2 News Today.
Good morning. We have breaking news today. A firefighter hurt after a man accused of driving drunk crashed through a fire station. Find out how that firefighter's doing this morning.
I'm Sarah Dolph in Washington, D.C. The president downplaying fears of a coronavirus epidemic as health officials urge the public to prepare for possible severe disruptions to daily life. We'll have the story coming up.
Well, if you're just waking up, it is literally freezing across Houston. How long we're going to have to deal with this chilly weather?
And we are talking all things barbecue this morning. Coming up, we'll tell you about the new competition at this year's cook-off.
Now we're talking.
Show me more.
better?
Go back.
Right. Less of us, more of that.
Can't wait to talk to Brittany Jeffers later. Hey, good morning. Let me find the date for you. I had it right here in front of me. It's the 27th. It's Thursday.
There you go.
It's the start of cook-off. You guys ready to eat?
I'm so ready to eat.
I will be out there
So
this
ready to
afternoon for an event. I am super excited.
Oh.
It's going to be awesome.
I'm jealous about that.
Hey, you notice Roe is in on traffic this morning,
Hello.
filling in. Thank
I wish
you.
I could bring sunshine and the good weather, but I'm bringing traffic, and hopefully we'll make sure it's all smooth on the roads. We'll get people moving.
That's right. You gave everybody good vibes just a bit ago. You were like,
You guys
you're
are my
like
favorite part of the
power
morning.
positivity. That's right. You know everyone's going to behave. So.
Good news this morning.
And here's
We
the thing.
are hoping.
Here's the thing with Ro. If you're not good and positive out on the road, she will find you. She's quite the reporter, so watch out.
Moving and grooving.
She will find you. Anyways, did I mention? Yeah, we've got. That's right.
Heavy investigating.
That's right. She does, doesn't she? What is that? Four or five of those episodes or those sequels now. Anyway, as tonight I mentioned, yeah, we do have some spots that are freezing out there this morning. So just be careful if you're headed out this morning. The good news is that the winds have backed off, so it doesn't feel as awful as it did yesterday when it was just, wind was like sideways at this point. Calm. Even down in Galveston where it's 43 degrees, we're looking at east-northeast winds at around 6 miles an hour. So A-OK. 31 out towards LaGrange, 28 in Navasota, 28 also into Conroe, and 33 officially at Bush Airport right now in Sugar Land. Good morning. We're sitting at about 32 degrees. A lot of sunshine this afternoon, Ro. We're going to see a real nice looking day today, and that is going to set the stage for a picture-perfect rodeo cook-off kickoff weekend. I will not be able to say that again in that same sequence, so I'm going to get it over to you.
You did a great job. Well, thank you so much for that. You can see here what a beautiful sight it is this morning, and I'm happy to show it to you. This is clear. That accident that was causing some headaches this morning, that is now something you don't have to worry about. Those on the southeast end, though, you can see that two-car accident is causing a little bit of a delay. The the exit ramp is affected there, and I wanted to show you this. That's what it looks like right now, a much better scene than it was just a couple of minutes ago. Here are your drive times. There they are.
Thank you, Ro.
They are coming. Well, we are still tracking that breaking news this morning out of southeast Houston.
So this is where firefighters say a firefighter possibly suffered a concussion after a drunk driver crashed into the fire station. So this is Fire Station 18, Telephone Road near South Lockwood. We've got a live shot for you right now so you can see the damage that has been done to the building. They did put some plywood over the hole where the driver crashed. It was basically half the car. You see it from earlier, half the car was in the place. And right behind that wall is the lounge, the firefighter lounge. And some firefighters were in the lounge just moments before this happened.
A call came in, most of them had to go. That one firefighter was not on that call. And what we think happened is that he was struck by maybe one of the refrigerators, because that is the lounge area. All the refrigerators have been pushed forward and knocked over. We don't know exactly where he was, but what we do know, he sustained some injuries to his head.
The firefighter who was hurt was taken to the hospital. The driver of the vehicle, the car there, was facing a DWI charge.
Time right now is 5:03 this morning. An SUV found engulfed in flames in northeast Houston overnight. Police say the Cadillac Escalade was found in a field right next to a home at the North Loop near Hirsch Road. Houston Fire responded to that scene to put out those flames. Investigators say that SUV was stolen.
It's 5:04 now. Only on 2 investigators are on the hunt for a man they say is wanted for upskirting young girls. Now we're hearing from the boyfriend of a teenager who says she was one of his victims. This happened at the Houston Premium Outlets in Cypress, according to investigators. A man named Caesar confronted 30-year-old Jacoby Brown after he says he realized Brown had taken a video of his girlfriend. Caesar says he realized his girlfriend wasn't the only victim, too. He says the phone contained hundreds of inappropriate photos and videos. Court documents say they were labeled with names like upskirts, understalls, or changing rooms, and they had pictures of victims as young as 12.
I feel like a lot of people nowadays are a little bit too scared to speak up or say what's going on, or just stand up for themselves. But I'm not that way. I was raised a little bit differently. So whatever I see, if there's something wrong, I'm going to step up. I'm going to stand up.
Less than an hour after investigators say the phone was wiped remotely, Brown is still on the run.
Now to the latest on the coronavirus outbreak. U.S. officials hope to stay on top of this crisis with Vice President Mike Pence leading a new task force meeting today. Meantime, in South Korea, authorities have reported almost 200 more cases of the deadly virus, now bringing the total number of infected to more than 1,700 people. The announcement comes as the U.S. and South Korea have agreed to postpone joint military drills until further notice. Back here in the States, the president addressed the public on the state of the global outbreak and again appointed Vice President Mike Pence as the person in charge of the administration's coronavirus task force.
Mike will be working with the professionals, doctors, and everybody else that's working. The team is brilliant. I spent a lot of time with the team over the last couple of weeks, but they're totally brilliant, and we're doing really well. And Mike is going to be in charge, and Mike will report back to me. But he's got a certain talent for this.
Later this morning, we're going to hear from NBC's Sarah Doloff on how lawmakers are responding to all of this. Again, that is coming up at 5:15.
6 people are dead after a shooting at one of the nation's most famous breweries. Investigators say an employee at the Molson Coors complex in Milwaukee gunned down 5 victims, then turned the gun on himself. Authorities rushed to the scene. They set up a perimeter. The massive complex was placed on lockdown.
They were keeping us up to date really well. They just told us shelter in place, so we sheltered in place. We tried to stay together and made sure everybody was accounted for.
This is an unspeakable tragedy for our city. This is a community tragedy.
Investigators plan to release the names of the victims later today.
Happening today, opening statements in the trial against employees from a Houston area chemical plant that exploded during Hurricane Harvey. The CEO and manager of Arkema Plant in Crosby facing criminal charges along with the company for allegedly releasing toxic chemicals and placing emergency workers in danger after that plant was inundated with floodwaters during Harvey. That trial was delayed after a judge determined on Monday that the prosecution withheld evidence that should have been handed over to the defense. Opening statements are set to begin at 9:30 this morning.
5:07, the World's Championship Barbecue Contest kicks off today. More than 250 teams are competing over 3 days to win several tasty competitions.
Our own Brittany Jeffers is live this morning at NRG with a preview. So, Brittany, what's going on out there? And show us more food.
Just you wait, just you wait. We are talking all things barbecue, and right now I'm standing in one of the pits here. Now, this is not your regular backyard barbecue pit. These things are decked out. We've got stainless steel, we've got running water, we've got stoves. We're talking not just about the competition today, but the volunteers as well. There's 1,100 of them. You talked about food. Check this out. They're getting ready to feed them this morning, and this is how you do it. There's more than 100 chickens in here. This is just the beginning of it out here. Now, as far as the competition is concerned, there's several categories. We're talking chicken, brisket, ribs. We also found out there is a new competition this year.
And this is going to be our first annual junior cook-off, and we have 26 kids that have been entered from our cook teams, and on Saturday morning they're going to be cooking a steak from last year, ages 8 to 14. So we bought steaks from the auction last year. They're actually going to be cooking those steaks for judging at 11 a.m. on Saturday morning.
All right, so you've been hearing all about this competition. Coming up, we're going to take you inside one of those tents, and you're going to hear from some of those competitors. We're live here at NRG. I'm Brittany Jeffers, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
It's a big deal.
I know. I was looking, I was like,
Big
man.
deal. Cannot wait to eat later. All right, Brittany, appreciate it. Channel 2 Sports, Rockets on a winning streak. They picked up their 5th win in a row against the Grizzlies last night.
Ahead at 5, what Russell Westbrook is saying after that big win.
And, well, you can't necessarily eat it, guys, but I got more food. We'll start with this right here. We got a great night for barbecue kicking off this evening. We'll see the temperatures in the upper 50s, dropping to the 40s, but notice no clouds, and that means a lot of sun and a lot of perfect weather for our weekend forecast. I'll have more on that coming up here in just a bit, just before 5:10. Stick around. Welcome back, everyone. It is 5:11 on this Thursday morning. Let's get you out the door this morning. Our Kaplan Science Relief camera looking good as we look in towards Williams Tower. Temperatures are all running in the mid-upper 30s. We've got a little low 40s as you get to the coast, and even some upper 20s out there. Check it. 28 in Conroe, 29 in Huntsville, Cleveland and Dayton both sitting at or around that freezing mark, and it is going to be a bit of a chilly start. The winds have gone calm, thankfully, so that means we'll see plenty of sunshine, and those temperatures should warm up nicely to about 60 degrees. I'll have a full look at our cook-off forecast, guys, as we get in towards the weekend here in just a bit tonight.
Looking forward to that, Justin. Well, the Rockets wrapped up their short homestand last night in style.
They ran the Grizzlies out of town, snagging their 5th straight win. The Rockets led all night, never trailed, in fact. Austin Rivers with 23 points, James Harden a solid 30. The final was 140 to 112. Player of the game last night, Russell Westbrook, who finished with 33.
I think we did a good job of locking in and doing what we're supposed to do. Making sure that we were consistent throughout the game.
Rockets have a few days off. They got the Celtics on Saturday, tip-off at 7:30.
Well, this was the moment that left hockey team as well as the fans in shock when a player collapsed during that game.
Coming up, we're going to hear from him after he suffered a heart problem right on the bench. It's 5:12.
It is 5:15 on this Thursday morning. Taking a look at those current temperatures outside right now. Look at this, 20s and 30s. Justin will have your full forecast coming up in just a few moments.
Got the latest on the coronavirus crisis now. The Trump administration is facing growing pressure over its handling of the outbreak. The virus is now in every continent except Antarctica.
Vice President Mike Pence is going to lead a task force meeting this afternoon after the president put him in charge. NBC's Sarah Dulloff has more now on what Congress is doing.
Tanaya and Owen, good morning. Lawmakers are working to fund a multi-billion-dollar emergency package that's receiving criticism from some on both sides.
Announcing
this morning, a new face leading the fight against coronavirus in the U.S.
Mike Pence in charge.
Vice President Mike Pence now coordinating the country's response to the spread of the virus, officially named COVID-19.
We will continue to bring the full resources of the federal government in coordination with our state and local partners.
President Donald Trump saying the risk to the public is low, but the CDC cautions a widespread epidemic is possible, and Americans should prepare for disruptions, possibly severe, to daily life.
The test of leadership is not talking about something you know very little about, and he just confused the American people about whether this virus is going to spread.
Shortly after the president's address, officials confirmed what may be the first case of community transmission in the U.S., a person in California with no known exposure to the virus. The Trump administration is asking lawmakers for $2.5 billion in emergency funding to prepare and rush development of a vaccine.
This is not a time to play politics. We want to make sure we have all the funding needed.
But critics on both sides of the aisle say it's too little, too late.
CDC had people in 49 countries. Those were the front lines to prevent it from coming here. Now there are only 10.
I'm disappointed that there's not been stockpiling in prior years of protective equipment.
Mounting pressure amid growing fears of a possible pandemic.
The first human trial of a coronavirus treatment is underway now in Nebraska, but officials say it may be 12 to 18 months before a vaccine is widely available. In Washington, Sarah Dulloff, KPRC Channel 2 News.
You can find the latest on the coronavirus, including what the Houston area school districts are doing to protect students and staff. All of that is on our website, clicktohouston.com.
Our 17 now. A new poll from the University of Houston suggests a decorated former Air Force rescue helicopter pilot is in a commanding position to make a Democratic runoff for U.S. Senate. M.J. Hagar voted early yesterday in Round Rock, Texas. She's the Democratic challenger to incumbent Senator John Cornyn. Officials say that while Hagar has a big lead, she's unlikely to win the party's nomination by capturing a majority of votes in Tuesday's primary, which will force a runoff with her second-place Democratic challenger next May. The Texas primary is less than a week away. More than a third of all delegates from the Democratic National Convention will be up for grabs on Super Tuesday. You can find more information on early voting for Election Day at clicktohouston.com.
The search for a Tennessee toddler who was reported missing is now taking investigators to North Carolina. Authorities have confirmed that investigators were searching in a pond in North Carolina, hoping to find something connected to Evelyn Boswell. Now, so far, the search has provided, quote, inconclusive results. Boswell has not been seen since December, but authorities weren't notified about her disappearance until February. 2 people have been taken into custody, including Boswell's mother. She has been charged with false reporting.
The developing story that we continue to follow: an Idaho mother of 2 missing children is waiving extradition during a court appearance in Hawaii. Lori Vallow made that decision after a judge refused to reduce her $5 million bail. Last week, the 46-year-old was taken into custody, charged with 2 felony counts of child abandonment, along with several misdemeanors. Vallow's children, 7-year-old Joshua J.J. Vallow and 17-year-old Tylee Ryan, have been missing since September. Prosecutors say she'll be transported back to the state in the coming weeks. For the first time since his near-death experience at a hockey game 2 weeks ago, an NHL player is speaking publicly about how it changed his life. Jay Boomeister is a defenseman with the St. Louis Blues who collapsed during a game after what doctors describe as a cardiac episode. Medical staff performed CPR, that is, at the bench, eventually shocking his heart back to life with a defibrillator. Boomeister is now taking a break from the ice and says he's focusing on his family.
It's kind of been a surreal experience. The support that people have shown has been pretty overwhelming. It puts things in perspective.
So he's going to sit out the rest of the season. It's not clear if he'll play next year.
Time right now is 5:20 on this Thursday morning. Let's go to Justin with a check on our forecast. And Justin, when people head out the door this morning, it's going to be pretty surprising. It's really cold.
Yeah, it's brisk. We'll just go with that. We'll go with the B word, brisk. Brisk is what it is this morning. Not only that, but obviously if you were out yesterday and you noticed a little itchiness to your face and your eyes, that's because the tree pollen's on the very high side, and that's oak right there. Oak is pretty much just exploding at this point, so something that we'll certainly have to watch for. But it at least is quiet and calm out there this morning so far. But tonight I mentioned it is chilly. We've got temperatures just sitting just above freezing at Bush Airport, 39 at Hobby, 43 down at Galveston. So a couple of spots are slightly warmer than that, but still you're looking at about 28, 29 as you get up towards Cleveland, Conroe, 26 in Columbus. So a little bit of light frost, not out of the question. El Campo right now sitting anywhere from right at about 36 degrees. So the good news is the winds have backed off. So that's certainly helpful, because when the winds are out there, it just feels worse than it is. So let's run those numbers as we get through the rest of the morning and into the afternoon. If you headed on down to cook off this evening, it should be perfect. Mid-50s by about 3 o'clock, and then 8 o'clock tonight, we'll jump down into the upper 40s. So you'll definitely need the jacket. You went out and bought a new jacket anyway. We all know that. So go out and wear that this evening as well. And as we head in towards tomorrow morning, we'll look at temperatures. It won't be as cold. Still chilly, upper 30s to low 40s, but fairly decent forecast. And then notice as we get in towards tomorrow, a little bit of a northwest wind, but the sunshine really warming things up. That should get us back up into the upper 60s. So overall, fairly quiet forecast. And this is why that area of low pressure that's bringing some heavy snow in towards New England, that's got a lot of dry air pushing across the state of Texas. And that not only is going to keep us relatively quiet, even though it's cold this morning, this high slides off to the east as it does. That'll warm things up nicely. Good little southwest flow there and right in from the Gulf. And that's going to lead for a real nice looking forecast. So here's what it looks like. Friday, Saturday, we'll see the temperatures starting off chilly in the 40s and then getting back up into the upper 60s to about 70 degrees as we head in towards your Saturday forecast. So row A-OK for today and tomorrow. The question is, how are those roads? Is everyone behaving like you asked them to?
You know, I think so. I think all of the accidents here have been cleared. Look at that, a 2-car accident cleared. All of that is going well right now. I do want to bring you your drive time since I wasn't able to last time. There you go, 24 minutes from the Woodlands. You have 23 minutes over there, and also 21 minutes from Kingwood. Look at that, all things great. Wanted to end with this shot of the beautiful Southwest Freeway. This is the commute I take every morning. Look at that, BeachNut looks great.
Great to see, Ro. New from overnight, a 19-year-old woman accused of shooting her 10-year-old nephew appears in court for the first time. Coming up, what we've learned about her bond conditions.
And I'm health reporter Haley Hernandez, trying to watch your sugar, fat, why food labels are getting easier to read, coming up.
We're back now at 5:25. President Trump will host a Black History Month event today. He and the First Lady will attend a reception held at the White House. Last year, the president spoke on low unemployment rates among African Americans under his administration. So our Bells for Abigail series continues. Dozens of families have sent us videos of their child ringing the end of treatment bell in honor of Freeport Honorary Officer Abigail Arias. Today's featured bell ringer is a young lady named Bella. 17-year-old Bella beat sarcoma. And there she is ringing the bell after her last chemo treatment. She's off to college now. If you want to share your child ringing the end of treatment bell, upload it at click2houston.com/bells for Abigail. International superstar David Beckham is talking about a new venture, an MLS expansion team in Miami. Inter Miami CF will kick off its first season this year as the league celebrates its 25th anniversary. NBC's Joe Fryer sat down with Beckham.
A lot of the reason you're doing this is for your kids, right?
Without a doubt, without a doubt. Of course, I've always talked about this project as not a vanity project, it's a legacy for me. Victoria's seen over the last 7 years what I've gone through to get to this point. We want something for all of our kids to be able to walk into that training facility in that stadium and say, wow, this is what our dad's built.
Club Internacional de Football, Miami. That's where they get the CF. It's backwards from what you soccer fans are used to. Anyway, more from David Beckham coming up on Today. So, Democratic presidential candidates, they are busy trying to sway voters ahead of the South Carolina primary, which is Saturday. Not everyone will be on the East Coast this morning, though, coming up where Mike Bloomberg is rallying here in Houston.
And drive times are looking good. Everything looking beautiful here on the Southwest Freeway. We'll show you what it looks like in other parts of town.
It's chilly out there. Make sure you bring the jacket if you are headed on out to the roads, because we've got temperatures at or around of freezing and even some 20s out there as well. The better question is, what's it look like for our cook-off forecast for the weekend? Don't you be going anywhere. We're going to have that partner coming up in just a bit.
Arts. Live from KPRC, this is Channel 2 News Today.
Breaking news this morning, a firefighter injured after a car smashed right through the wall of a fire station. The driver is accused now of driving drunk.
These people are going to get prosecuted. We will not tolerate this in our community anymore.
Straight ahead, how that firefighter is doing this morning and how the station is dealing with the damage that was left behind.
Breaking details by the hour in the coronavirus crisis. Vice President Pence is going to lead a task force that's meeting today while the numbers continue to jump worldwide. We'll look at the country that's shutting down all of its schools.
The winds have calmed down today, but those temperatures have tanked. Look at this right now. A lot of people waking up in the freezing temps. We'll tell you when we're going to warm up.
Hey, if you love coffee, but you also love saving money, you're going to want to hear about a new coffee subscription service. We're going to tell you how it works and where to sign up to get your Java Jolt.
Nice.
Sign this guy up.
Sign everyone. Sign you guys up. I can't do coffee in the morning, but good morning, everyone. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Tanaya Wright.
Oh, we can plenty. Coffee subscription right here.
You're like right there.
Wow, that is amazing. And I can't believe you don't do coffee in the morning.
I can't in the morning, no.
Oh my gosh,
I get
the coffee
shaky.
machine was a little broken this morning. I was really sad, but I'm here this morning, happy to be here.
Yes.
I think the sunshine and the positive energy is working because all of the accidents we talked about earlier have been cleared. So I believe in the power of positivity.
You've got it.
I do.
Atta girl.
I believe
I
in the power of threats, and I think threatening you to go find them probably
I'm
works
going to
as well,
find
so.
you. Drive safely this
See,
morning.
there you listen to that. I'm telling you, don't mess with her. As you mentioned, yeah, temperatures have tanked this morning, and we talked about this yesterday, didn't we? We said when the wind starts to die down, those temperatures are going to go, and as they fell, there you go. We've got upper 20s and low 30s across the board, but sunshine will be out this afternoon. Should warm us up nicely. Great looking shot there from our boys in the booth. We've got the Captain Science Relief camera over there, the Williams Tower, looking good, all lit up this morning early as well. We're gonna have a great sunrise this morning. It should be awesome. Get a chance, snap a couple Click 2 pins, put it on Frank's free forecast app. It's in the drop-down menu, and I'd love to show those at midday. I know Frank will love to have them this evening. Calm winds, that's pretty good. 6-mile-an-hour wind in Galveston, not bad. Temperatures around 43 degrees. We've got 31 up in the Woodlands, 30 in Tomball, 32 in Sugar Land, 37 as you get down towards Pearland, and 43 officially on the island. As I mentioned, the wind, not much of an issue issue today, so as soon as the sun comes up, should warm things up pretty quickly. We should be able to get up to about 60 degrees. And oh yeah, that little cook-off thing, that kicks off this afternoon as well. I've got a great looking weekend forecast as we get the unofficial start of rodeo season. I'll have that in just a bit. All right, Ro, everything's still clean and green over there?
That's right. Almost to the weekend. It is Thursday, folks. Take a look at this. Everything is all green. Want to show you some drive times here. We have State Highway 146 to the East Loop, 12 minutes. Mason Road to downtown, 22 minutes. Another set of drive times here is State Highway 99 to downtown, 24 minutes. And the Grand Parkway to the Southwest Freeway, a nice 15 minutes. How about that? These are drive times around the area. You can see just an 11-minute commute from Pearland to the heart of our great city.
Great, Ro. Thank you. 5:32 now. Let's go to breaking news. We've been following all morning. A firefighter was hurt when a car rammed into a fire station in southeast Houston.
We're told that firefighter possibly suffered a concussion. This all happened at Fire Station 18, just off Telephone in Lockwood. Channel 2's Sophia Ojeda is there now this morning. So, Sophia, police say the guy behind the wheel may have been drunk.
Yeah, that man is now being charged with DWI, and he could be facing additional charges. Meanwhile, officials say while that firefighter did suffer possible head injury, he is doing okay this morning. So that is the good news. Take a look at this mess here behind me. This is the gaping hole that was left after that crash here at Fire Station 18 in southeast Houston. Huge gaping hole, rubble all over the place, but it is now boarded up. Officials say this could have been a lot worse. That's the cracking and crunching sound of the car getting yanked out of the front of Fire Station 18 in southeast Houston after it slammed into the building late last night.
Impacted the lounge area where firefighters congregate. We did have one firefighter transported to the hospital.
Houston fire officials say the car came barreling into the front of the building and hit a row of refrigerators here in the lounge area, hitting one firefighter, causing a head injury. Firefighters were actually hanging out right in this room right before this crash.
A call came in, most of them had to go. That one firefighter was not on that call.
Any type of intoxicant that you're going to take and then get behind the wheel, it's not okay. It's not okay in 2020 in Harris County. We're not going to accept it.
Again, that driver is facing DWI charges. It could be upgraded to intoxication assault of a public servant. Again, that firefighter that suffered that possible head injury, a possible concussion rather, he is doing okay this morning. Reporting live in southeast Houston, Sophia Ojeda, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
Okay, Sophia, thank you. 5:34 now. Breaking news from Pasadena. Precinct 8 deputy constable was just involved in a crash. This happened at the exit ramp of the Beltway and Highway 225. The deputy was responding to a crash when he crashed into a Ford F-150. The patrol unit took some front-end damage near the driver's side there, and the deputy hit his head. They took him to the hospital as a precaution. No word if the other driver was hurt or whose fault this is. The area was temporarily shut down and has since reopened.
Some more breaking news just in from HPD. Officers are searching for a 94-year-old man they say went missing last night. Police say this man you see here, Richard Jennings, last spoke to a family member by phone at about 6 p.m. yesterday when he told them that he was stuck in traffic along Emancipation Avenue. Here's a picture of a car similar to what he was last seen driving. It's described as a dark brown 2011 Volkswagen Jetta with a license plate number 2DDPH. If you see him or have any information, call police.
The woman police say shot her 10-year-old nephew appeared in court overnight. 19-year-old Caitlin Smith is facing charges for injury to a child with serious bodily injury. Smith is accused of shooting the boy while taking selfies with a gun. It happened at the Chisholm's Trail Apartments near Rankin Road around 4 in the evening on Tuesday. The child was seriously hurt. Smith's bond was set at $20,000. 5:36, only on 2. A Target run gone terribly wrong. A group of teenagers carjacked a pregnant woman in the store's parking lot and then led officers on a chase. It started yesterday near the Willowbrook Mall. After being ambushed by the teens, the pregnant woman says she tossed them the keys and they sped out of the store parking lot on FM 1960 and Cutton Road. It wasn't long before deputies were hot on their trail. The chase lasted about 15 miles.
They drove down this dead-end road here and drove up in someone's yard. Their vehicle got stuck. They attempted to back up. They struck a patrol vehicle, at which point they gave up, and we took them all into custody.
The 4 suspects are between the ages of 13 and 16. and they're all facing felony charges.
Now to the continued fallout from that botched Harding Street raid. Dozens of people convicted of crimes may have their convictions overturned because those convictions are tied to a former police officer linked to that 2019 raid. Gerald Goins' involvement in the raid prompted the Harris County District Attorney's Office to look into thousands of his prior cases. Now, DA Kim Ogg says that 69 people arrested for the delivery of a controlled substance on Goins' testimony could be entitled to a new trial. The Houston Police Department is making some changes to the way it serves narcotics warrants following that botched raid. Included in the policy now in place, a narcotics lieutenant must be present during the serving of that warrant. No-knock warrants will require approval of the chief or a designated person, and narcotics investigators must be equipped with body cameras. In a tweet, HPD says, quote, due to the ongoing criminal investigations and prosecutions related to the Harding Street officer-involved shooting, we will not discuss or release additional details at this time. In the growing coronavirus crisis, breaking details of the outbreaks around the world and in Iran, where 26 people have now died. The number climbing as pressure mounts right here in the U.S.
So Vice President Pence will lead a task force that's going to meet today after President Trump put him in charge. The CDC confirms the 15th case in the United States might involve someone who didn't even travel overseas. Hospital officials say the patient was admitted last Wednesday but wasn't tested until Sunday. The CDC is also talking about possibly expanding airport health screenings. Right now, they only screen passengers from China. President Trump is reassuring Americans the country is ready.
Because of all we've done, the risk to the American people remains very low. And we have the greatest experts in the world, really in the world, right here.
Breaking news from South Korea, the largest jump in new cases yet. Health officials announced 505 in the last 24 hours. There are now more than 1,700 cases there and 13 deaths. Out of Japan, the Prime Minister has announced school will be closed through late March. Japanese authorities are calling the cruise ship quarantine flawed after dozens of passengers who left still showed symptoms.
Several school districts right here in Houston are responding to this. Houston ISD releasing this statement saying in part, quote, we are in contact with the Centers for Disease Control and will follow their recommendations and will follow appropriate assessment and monitoring protocols. You can see how other school districts are responding in the area. Just go to this article on our website, clicktohouston.com. Time right now is 5:39 on this Thursday. To Decision 2020 we go. Democratic presidential candidates making their last-minute appeals for support ahead of South Carolina's primary on Saturday. The frontrunners Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders are going to be holding campaigning events there. Mayor Pete Buttigieg and billionaire Tom Steyer will do the same. 63 delegates are up for grabs, 9 of them super delegates. Mike Bloomberg will be in Houston this morning. He's going to speak at a Get Out and Vote rally at the Rustic just off Polk Street. If you're interested, the doors are opening at 9:30. We have everything you need to know about early voting ahead of Super Tuesday on our website, clicktohouston.com, including the busiest polling stations.
It's 5:40 right now. Let's get you going out the door. It is a cold morning. We've got 33 degrees here at the studios.
You got that right, buddy. It's brisk. We'll put it that way for this morning as well. We've got a couple of 29s, excuse me, 26 out towards Columbus. We're looking at 30 in Katy, 39 at Hobby. Notice it gets a little warmer as you get to the coast. The winds are still somewhat elevated to about 10, now 6 miles an hour in Galveston, but just about calm everywhere else. So we are going to see a lot of sunshine today. That should allow for things to get up into right about 58 to 60 degrees. Not only a lot of sunshine today, but guys, we're going to set the stage for an absolutely picture-perfect weekend. I'll have your full look at your weekend forecast coming up here. And, of course, cook-off forecast as well in just a bit tonight.
Looking forward to that, Justin. Well, you're probably getting your breakfast ready or maybe packing your lunch. But the question is, are you sure it's healthy?
And this morning, health reporter Haley Hernandez breaks down the 4 big changes on food labels that can help us all eat better.
And Alex Bregman knocks out his first home run at spring training, but it's what happens after that everyone's talking about this morning. We'll show you next. Time now is 5:41.
Back at 5:43, taking a look at the temperature map right now. We've got a lot of 30s and even some upper 20s across the board. It's a cold morning. We're here from Stapleton pretty soon. It's not cold in Florida, though. Astros will face Nationals again tonight for spring training.
Yes, they will. Justin Verlander not going to be making his debut, though, because he's dealing with some groin tightness. But let's go to yesterday's game in West Palm. Bottom of the third. Miles Straw had already scored a 2-run homer, and then Alex Bregman instead went out to the left to tie that game 3-3. But then Bregman took a hit from the Cards' minor league pitcher in the 5th. The guy says this was not intentional, though. Straw was up again to bat, same inning. Then this happened.
I'm going to work through a few things. Can't be bad early on in spring. I know you're working on a lot, though. We've even talked about it. Will you tell me some of the things that you've been... There goes Miles.
Oh, here he goes. Going for an inside the park home run.
Run, Miles!
I know.
Run!
A little distracted there.
He's so fast.
He
It's
is.
unbelievable how fast that guy is.
He is proving to be one of the fastest guys in the entire league. Made it around the diamond for an inside the park homer. But sadly, the Astros lost that one 7-5. Well, have you seen this yet? A photo from Brazil going viral for showing a newborn baby girl who appears to be angrily staring down the doctor who delivered her. It's great.
It's like not impressed at all with
Put me back.
Just happened. Yeah, we'll hear from the photographer who took the picture. Amy, good morning.
That is so funny. It's like, it's all warm in there. What are you doing? Put me back. Hey, if you're all into this new keto diet craze, you are in luck. Taco Bell's right there with you. I'm consumer expert Amy Davis with the new items the chain just launched to satisfy keto, gluten-free, and vegetarian customers.
And I'm health reporter Haley Hernandez. If you've noticed new food labels that make understanding what you're eating a little easier, that's not the food companies trying to help you out. That's a government-mandated change. Details after the break.
And remember, you can plan your route around town today on What's Driving Houston's website. There you will find an interactive map showing all your backup spots and the places you need to avoid because of construction. All that on our website, clicktohouston.com. Time right now, 5:45.
Let's go places.
Back at 5:47. Not sure if you're eating healthy this morning. It's getting easier to tell.
It is. Our health reporter Haley Hernandez is here to show us how the nutrition labels on our food are changing.
Right, guys. So often you look at the sugar or calories and you forget that's for one serving. Many times people are sitting down to eat 2, 3, 4 servings at once. So this year, the FDA is issuing a change in how you see labels.
In 2020, the FDA put new rules in place for food nutrition labels. The idea behind the change is to give us a more accurate reflection of what and how much we're eating.
This is very helpful so that when you take your serving out of the bag or the box, you know how much you are eating. You have a much better sense if you actually place it in a bowl and have some consistency to it.
Dr. Susan Albers says before, many people didn't realize they were actually eating multiple serving sizes in one sitting. Also, types of fat, like less healthy saturated fats and trans fats, will now be listed in addition to the total amount of fat. This is helpful knowing the difference between the healthy fats and non-healthy fats. Vitamin D and potassium totals have also been added, while listings for vitamin C and A have been dropped. Since many Americans are vitamin D deficient, and deficiencies in vitamin C and A are rare. Consumers will also notice a new listing for added sugars.
Not all sugars are the same. Some are healthier than others. So understanding what is added sugar can really make a big difference in the long run.
So get this. You actually have to take time to read the labels to benefit from the changes. And people who do find them confusing or still struggle with disordered eating, you really need to have a conversation with a dietitian or therapist to really better understand these and make sure you are knowing what's going into your body.
They're confusing and sometimes the serving size.
Yeah, but hopefully this makes it a lot easier. I've already noticed the changes on a lot of food labels, and I think they are much more helpful now.
I'm also less likely to buy something when I look at it and get the full calorie picture. You know?
That's probably why the companies.
Oh yeah, there's 1,000 in this bag.
The companies didn't have that on there before, but now they have to.
If I buy the bag, I will eat the bag. Yeah. And probably one serving.
5:49, Stapleton's in this morning. It is cold, buddy. Good morning.
Cold out there, sir. So Haley, you're telling me the Captain Crunch that I'm noshing on right now should
Moderation,
You like to run,
Justin.
buddy, do you, man? Don't worry about it.
You always tell me that. I know. I'm just kidding. I actually haven't. So, but yeah, no, good advice certainly for sure. Yeah, as Owen mentioned, it's cold this morning. Be ready for it out there. Live look right here from Channel 2. We're looking at temperatures, a couple of 33s at both Bush Airport, Katy, 39 at Hobby. Galveston right now checking in at 43. Good looking shot so far. We're going to keep temperatures at around 43 degrees. Dew points are very low too, in the 20s and 30s. You say, well, what does that mean, the dew point, when it's that low? It means the air is very dry. So it cools very efficiently, thus the 20s and 30s, but it warms up just nicely too. We'll get back up into the 50s as we head to this afternoon. The winds have backed off, thankfully. Yesterday, no more of that kind of, sideways 30 mile an hour, 40 mile an hour wind gusts that we were seeing. That won't be the case today. So let's run the temperatures through this afternoon. Headed on out to Cook-Off this evening, should be okay. We'll top out in the mid 50s. So even though it's sunny, it will feel a little warmer because the wind's not out there, but that just means that dry air is going to cool off fast tonight. So definitely make sure you've got the jacket with you if you headed on out. We'll see those temperatures in the 40s, and then eventually as we get in towards tomorrow morning, low 40s, upper 30s, and then tomorrow afternoon, upper 60s. And I'm talking, we've got a gravy forecast as we head to your Saturday, Sunday, in part because we've got a lot of dry air that's moving over top of the state right now. That big area of low pressure that is sliding its way towards the east is really going to make a mess up towards New England. They're going to be seeing places like Buffalo, New York. It could be picking up upwards of a foot to 2 feet of snow. Aren't you glad you live in Texas? 60 for today, 70 tomorrow, 74 on Saturday. Dynamo kick off their season. SaberCats in town as well. And, of course, the rodeo parade Saturday morning. And don't forget the Texas primary on Tuesday, and then rodeo officially kicking off Tuesday evening. It's going to be days and days and nights of food and certainly good concerts as well, Ro. We will see some storms next Tuesday, so we'll kind of keep a watch on that.
Almost the rodeo, almost the weekend. Great, great, great. Can you believe this? We're headed into the 6 o'clock hour and no major delays. All of that you saw green in the map here in Greater Houston. We showed a lot of love to the southeast side of town, so I want to make sure to shout out there at the Katy Freeway at work. Look at this. You are going to have a great commute there, and also to the north side of town at North Freeway at Airline. You can see, hopefully in just a little bit, all things moving smoothly. Everything you need to know for your commute is everything looks great. Headed into the 6 o'clock hour here in Greater Houston. Can you believe that? Now here are your drive times. Here they are. You can see it's 26 minutes from the Woodlands, 15 minutes from Cypress, 11 minutes from Pearland, 24 minutes from Sugarland into the heart of downtown. Everything looks
All right, Ro, thank you. The keto craze is hitting another popular fast food restaurant.
And if you can't go too long without coffee, you're going to love this new program that Panera is offering. Our consumer expert Amy Davis is here with all the details of the snacks and the coffee.
Yeah, our coffee's never far behind, never far away from us. Owen's right behind, mine's under the desk. If you can't start your day without a good cup of coffee, Panera Bread is looking for your business. So it's unveiled this new nationwide coffee subscription program. So it offers unlimited hot or iced coffee. It's $8.99 a month, and for that you get unlimited access to coffee at all hours for any sized cup. So if you've got one near you, it would probably be worth it. Panera tested the program in 4 cities for a 3-month period, and they saw a large increase in customer visits and then food sales. That doesn't hurt them either. The keto diet has become very popular. Now Taco Bell is giving you keto options. So the company launching a new line of snacks inspired by its famous sauces that are also low in carbs. So the cheddar crisps that come in 3 flavors, nacho, mild sauce, and fire sauce, will be sold in Kroger and 7-Eleven stores. So you don't get these at Taco Bell in the drive-thru. You got to go to the grocery store. But they're also gluten-free and vegetarian. One of the world's best tire companies is partnering up with Skechers for a new shoe that has the grip of a rain tire. So the new shoes use Goodyear's rubber technology to provide better stability for runners and excellent grip on slippery surfaces. The Goodyear technology is being used on an assortment of walking and running shoes, but it'll soon be available in other categories, including trail hiking and work shoes.
Does that come with a 10,000-mile warranty?
Right, exactly. So you have some tires on your feet. Hey, coming up next in our next hour, we're talking about popular vacation booking sites, Vrbo and HomeAway. Thousands of people use them to find homes instead of hotels where you can stay when you travel. But some of you have made reservations only to have them canceled days before or the same day you were supposed to check in.
What, they didn't want to leave, I guess?
Yeah, so coming up, what you need to know about your rights and which booking sites offer better protections for travelers.
That just happened to my mom recently.
Yeah, so I've heard from a lot of people since I started working on the story.
So it's Vrbo, that's what it is? I said the wrong thing.
It's VRBO. Yeah. And then when I'm talking with them, they refer to themselves as Vrbo. So we'll go with that.
All right. It's easier to say.
Thanks.
Another check of the temperatures right now as we look outside. Do have some 30s and upper 20s still hanging around. Stapleton will be back momentarily.
And now here's Mario Diaz with the story he's working on for tonight at 10.
We are having difficulty getting answers.
Answers not coming easy for the Harris County Attorney's Office as they investigate the secret stash of African art hidden in a county maintenance shed on the taxpayer's dime.
There is no paperwork.
No proof who owns it or how it got there. The county commissioner at the center of it all is not talking.
Sir, I know you're walking away. We just want to try to get some answers, sir.
Now, Channel 2 Investigates reveals how much the county has already spent and who else is coming forward saying they are owed money from the people involved. Tonight at 10.
Not sleep.
Trending just before 6, some gobbling delinquents wobbled their way into some trouble in Idaho. Deputies responded to an incident involving 3 turkeys disrupting traffic. They're big. One deputy can be seen ordering them to get off the road, but these feathery suspects refused to leave. The deputy, no chicken though. He kept trying to negotiate with these troublemaking birds, and they continued with their foul language. They might have been better off making them jailbirds. That was a lot of puns.
Good. No, you fit like 6 in there.
I know.
No one likes fingerprints on their new car. Well, maybe Porsche does.
Oh.
The automaker says if you buy one of the new 2020 Porsche 911 models, you can add your fingerprint to the paint job.
Random?
Yeah. I don't know why you'd want to do that. Maybe it's stylish, isn't it? You put it, but then can't they get into your iPhone if you have the old thumbprint one?
Hey, something to think about.
By the way, it's an $8,100 paint job. There's a lot of detail in it. It just doesn't paint itself, guys.
Live from KPRC, this is Channel 2 News Today.
Breaking news this morning, a firefighter hurt when a car plowed through the wall of a fire station. Well, we're told the driver shouldn't even been behind the wheel.
The coronavirus will spread in the United States. That's word from experts this week. What President Trump said he addressed to the nation last night about the virus.
Off to a chilly start to the day. Another morning in the freezer. Oh yeah. But don't worry, the heat will be back soon. We'll talk about it. It's Thursday the 27th at 6 o'clock. Good morning. I'm Owen Conflenti.
Good morning. I'm Tanaya Wright. Rose in with a check on the roads, and it's been fairly light now.
That's right. We had some accidents this morning. Those cleared out, and now into the heart of our commute. We've got nothing, no major accident. Everyone is driving responsibly this morning. I feel like I'm powerful, like drive responsibly and look at this.
Exactly.
No accidents.
They're listening to you.
That's awesome.
That's fantastic. You know what? Hey, we're getting to the 6 o'clock hour, and that's when things get a brewing out there. So hopefully they will listen to you this morning, as you said. It's cold. We've got temperatures that are sitting in the 20s and 30s. We knew that would be the case. Winds have backed off, so that's the good news in all of this. There's a live shot on our Kaplan Science Relief camera looking at the Williams Tower. I love it when it's lit up like that before sunrise. Looks great. 34 at Bush, 31 in Sugar Land. Good morning, Fort Bend County. A little chill down there. And light winds are allowing Galveston right now to cool down to around 41 degrees. We've got 30 up into Huntsville. Conroe's at 27, 26 in Columbus. Katy now flipping down into the upper 20s. And we've got 37 at Hobby. As I mentioned, the wind's not much of a factor. The forecast today, Rose, going to look real good for barbecue. We'll see the kickoff for cook-off right around 60 degrees and an even better weekend, dare I say. We'll get into those details in just a bit.
Happy almost weekend. It is Thursday, my friends, and we are doing great. Look at this, all of the green. We have been all over the southeast side of town, and I want to show some loves over to the north side, North Loop at Lockwood. Look at this, beautiful traffic, no major delays, no blockages of any sort. And we have here at the South Loop here at Scott, and you can see it's a beautiful commute without any interruptions. Here are your drive times. We have a nice, usually 12, 11-minute commute from Pearland into the city, 27 minutes from the Woodlands.
Like to see that, Ro? Well, we are continuing to follow some breaking news this morning out of southeast Houston.
Investigators say a firefighter was hurt when a suspected drunk driver plowed into the fire station. It was Fire Station 18, Telephone Road in Lockwood. It happened around 10 o'clock last night. Fire officials say the firefighter got a head injury when the suspect drove into the building and hit a row of refrigerators. At some point, the firefighter lost consciousness. The driver's been charged with DWI. The DA's office says those charges could be upgraded.
We're going to look at his medical records. We're going to see how he's doing over the next few days for a possible upgrade to an intoxication assault of a public servant. We're also going to look at the monetary damage that this individual caused to City of Houston property. So he's going to probably be facing additional charges.
The firefighter who was hurt was rushed to the hospital. We're told he's doing well this morning.
Time right now is 6:02, only on 2. The search is now on for a man accused of upskirting young girls. At least one of those incidents happened at the Houston Premium Outlets in Cypress. The boyfriend of that victim says he confronted 30-year-old Jacoby Brown after realizing that Brown had taken video of his girlfriend. Investigators say Brown is out on bond right now for child pornography charges. According to court documents, the victim's boyfriend said that Brown's phone contained hundreds of inappropriate photos and videos labeled with names like upskirts and changing rooms with victims as young as 12. Less than an hour after investigators got a hold of that phone, we are told it had already been wiped remotely. Only on 2, money missing from a local kids soccer club. Hundreds of thousands of dollars just gone. And the man investigators say was all behind it used to run that organization. Former club president Troy Brooks is accused of pocketing more than $300,000 from that club. And this has been going on since 2013. That money allegedly taken from parents to support the nonprofit soccer program, which caters to about 400 kids. 4,000 kids, excuse me. Now Brooks is charged with theft from a nonprofit and misapplication of property.
The defendant was both a board member of Klein Soccer Club Incorporated and also the president of the board. And during the time that he was the president of the board, he took property and he used it in ways that he was not supposed to.
If that's the case, that's really sad. I mean, this club means a lot to these kids.
In a separate lawsuit filed in 2018, the club alleges that Brooks created documents in online databases to divert incoming payments to himself. In that case, the judge ordered Brooks to pay over $600,000 in damages.
The man says he's lucky to be alive this morning after a car crashed into his home in Atascocita. This was last night along Falcon Forest Drive near Will Clayton Parkway. The car slammed right into the dining room. Paramedics took the driver and passengers to the hospital. No word on their conditions or what caused the crash. The homeowner plans to give surveillance footage over to deputies working the case. One of the nation's most famous breweries in downtown Milwaukee is now the center of a deadly shooting investigation. 6 people, including the gunman, were killed during a busy workday at Molson Coors. The suspect, a 51-year-old employee from the brewery campus, shot and killed 5 people and then himself. Authorities rushed to the scene. They set up a perimeter, and the complex was locked down.
They were keeping us up to date really well. They just told us shelter in place, so we sheltered in place. We tried to stay together and made sure everybody was accounted for.
This is an unspeakable tragedy for our city. This is a community tragedy.
Investigators plan to release the names of the victims and the gunman later today. 6:05, a St. Louis Blues hockey player is speaking out for the first time since going into cardiac arrest during a game. Jay Bomeister, a defenseman, collapsed earlier this month on the bench. He had some cardiac episode. They needed to break out the defibrillator to bring him back and took him to the hospital. Bomeister says he's doing well now, but believes it's best for him to stay off the ice for a bit.
Yeah, I think family and the things that are close to you are you know, sometimes you lose sight of things like that when life gets busy, but it puts things in perspective.
Bomeister says he's accomplished all he wants or needs to do in hockey. He just wants to be a good teammate. He also said he wouldn't mind being with the team to win another championship. The World's Championship Barbecue Contest kicks off this morning. 250 barbecue teams are in town at NRG Park for this year's Rodeo Houston competition.
Our own Brittany Jeffers is also there this morning. And Brittany, you quite possibly got the best job today. The good smells, the great food. How is it out there?
I mean, it is incredible, and I'm really, really hungry. I'm really excited to get to sample some of this stuff. We're here with the Extreme Texas Cookers. You can see them out here right now prepping. They're also cooking. We're going to get to some of that in a bit. But this group here, they've taken home a lot of hardware. We're talking for their chicken, their ribs, their brisket, even their dessert. Now, come on, you got to tell some of those novices at home. Give us some tips, I guess.
Well, start off, you need to learn how to use your pit and, you know, get some really good meat. You know, good brisket, You can do a prime, wagyu. You know, you can do the choice. Depends on how you want to cook it. You know, ribs the same way. You know, get some really nice fat ribs, and some good chicken. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. You guys are great at it all, but what would you say is your specialty?
Our specialty probably ribs and brisket.
Ribs and brisket. Okay, I'm hoping I'm going to try that. We're going to show it to you in just a second. If we walk right over here, I think we've got some of it going. Let's take a look. Oh my goodness. Take a look at that, you guys. This smells phenomenal. We're definitely going to try some of it. Best of luck to you guys. Thank you so much for letting us stop by this morning. Guys, we're going to be checking in with you in the next half hour. We're going to have another group. Back to you.
Yeah, I've heard they were
so
past
good.
was a brisket champions, right? So you know you're in good company over there.
Good
Appreciate
man.
it, yes.
Yes, definitely. Thanks for the tips. Well, there's a lot of stereotypes when talking about movie villains, but there's now a new one. They can't use iPhones.
Yeah, it's because they're too difficult, too expensive. Why? Why, you ask?
Tell
well,
us.
One director is opening up about it. We'll have that for you in a moment. Stapleton?
All right. Did you know, Owen, that I'm the brisket graphic champion?
You are. I see that.
Congratulations.
I think you knew that, brother. I'm just telling you. It's going to be, speaking of winning weather, perfect out there tonight. Yeah, they look pretty good. We're going to see the temperatures in the 50s, 40s, so bring your jacket, but plenty of sunshine. I'll have a full look at your forecast of the weekend coming up. Rope.
That brisket looks so good. And also, this looks good for those of you who are headed to work on the South Loop. This is what it looks like at Scott. We'll have your drive times. Everything looks great. We'll have that to you in just a couple minutes.
Good morning, everyone. It is 6:10 on this Thursday morning. Welcome back. Let's take a live look outside here at Channel 2. We're looking good. It's cold, though. We got 31 in Sugar Land, low 40s as you get to Galveston. Bush Airport right now sitting at 34 degrees, some upper 20s. Brenham, Navasota, out towards Bryan College Station sitting at around the freezing mark. And if you're up around the Woodlands and Conroe, I bet you got a little bit of frost on your car. So just go out and take a real quick peek as you head out the door this morning. The winds are calm, thankfully, so that's certainly much better news. As you saw Brittany out a second ago, if you're going to cook-off, you will need the jacket this evening as the temperatures will only get into the mid to upper 50s. We'll have a full look at your 10-day forecast coming up here in just a bit. Amy?
All right, thanks, Justin. Hey, here's some insider information. If you're trying to figure out who the bad guy is early into a whodunit type movie, here's a clue. Look for whoever is not using an iPhone. Rian Johnson, he's the writer and director of the murder mysteries hit film Knives Out, spilled the beans. He said Apple will permit film productions to use its products on screen, but with one very big caveat. Villains cannot have an iPhone on camera. Very interesting.
Well, then you're going to solve a lot of movies already.
I know, right? Sorry if you didn't want that spoiler. Hey, we want to show you some attitude. We're not just talking about me. A newborn baby from Brazil going viral for a photo taken of her just moments after she was born.
I love this.
Check out this picture of Isabella Piera de Jesus glaring down that doctor that just brought her into the world. It's turned into quite the meme online. She's just like, grumpy baby. The photographer that shared the picture online with the caption, "Today is my birth and I don't even have clothes for this." He also told the Today Show that the baby's parents insist she has an easy, gentle disposition. So don't be fooled by her very first expression.
This takes over for the former Olympian who was not impressed. I feel like this is like
yes.
so much better.
I'm going to keep that forever and frame it.
That's fantastic.
That's going on the fridge.
Yeah, that's going to pay for college one day.
Right.
Seriously, thank you, Amy. Coming up, sweeping decisions out of Japan to combat the coronavirus outbreak, what the country's prime minister has done to protect children nationwide. And don't forget to follow us online at clicktohouston.com for up-to-the-minute traffic updates. Find out what's driving Houston with traffic maps updated every 10 minutes to keep you on time all the time.
No places.
6:15 now on this Thursday morning. Breaking this morning in Japan over the coronavirus. Word is now out that the country is closing all of its elementary, junior high, and high schools. They're going to be closed from this weekend through March. So far, more than 890 people are confirmed infected in Japan, and health officials racing to contain the virus ahead of the Summer Olympics. Meantime, here in the U.S., a 15th coronavirus case has popped up in California. This one is important because right now officials say they're not sure where this person contracted the virus. They apparently were hospitalized for 4 days before even being tested. Let's now go to NBC's Sarah Dolph. She is live in Washington this morning, where last night President Trump said that the U.S. is, quote, very, very ready for whatever threat the coronavirus brings. So, Sarah, what's being done today in Washington?
Well, hi there, Tanaya. Congress is working to fund a multi-billion-dollar emergency package that's getting some pushback on both sides of the aisle. But before we get to that, let's talk a little bit more about the president's address to the nation. Now, he really worked to downplay fears of the coronavirus spread while he appointed Vice President Mike Pence as really the point person for coordinating the country's response to coronavirus. The president's saying that the threat to the American public is low, but we're really getting a lot of mixed messages here because health officials are urging Americans to prepare for a possible widespread epidemic, saying disruptions to daily life could potentially be severe. Now, you also mentioned that this really comes at a key time, this first case of community spread in the U.S. This person, an adult in California, had not traveled to one of the affected countries recently and had not come into contact that they were aware of with a person who had coronavirus. Now, I mentioned lawmakers working on this $2.5 billion emergency fund package. Well, a lot of people are saying it's too little, too late, that more funds are needed. And they're also pointing to some cutbacks, especially within the CDC, and some personnel restructuring. They're saying that those decisions over time may have led to the country being less prepared than it should be to deal with a public health crisis. Now, coronavirus is in at least 4 dozen countries now and has infected at least 81,000 people. Back to you.
All right, thank you. Definitely a lot going on. Sarah Dolph reporting live this morning from Washington.
6:18 right now. Time to get you out the door. Rose been filling in on traffic this morning. Not too bad, huh?
Not too bad. We will show you some spots that are typical of a morning commute, but everything is pretty minor. Everything should be moving smoothly this morning.
What we like to hear.
That's good, right?
Yeah, it's always good to get to the 6 o'clock hour here as well because it is cold out this morning. We've got some upper 20s. We've got some low 30s out there. There's a live look from right here at Channel 2. And I'm going to show you that sunrise. Remember, we talked about it, and I said that sunrise is going to be pretty nice. Take it, boys. Bada boom. Look at that, huh? Looks pretty good, doesn't it? Kaplan Sunrise Relief Camera. I'm getting punchy. Watch out. This is getting good here. We're going to see a beautiful sunrise so far this morning. So do be mindful, though. It is chilly. We've got 34 at Bush. Katy right now is at 33 degrees. 41 as you get down towards Galveston. Live look from here, Channel 2. As Ro mentioned, we're starting to see a few more slows. Nothing crazy, but it is going to start picking up as we get later into the 6 o'clock hour here. We'll get more from her in just a sec. 29 out to one of our other reporting stations in Katy. Good morning, Sugar Land. It's 31 in Fort Bend County. 32 in Dayton. Anahuac's at 34 right now, 27 in Conroe, and 30 as you get up on the north side up towards Tomball and Magnolia. We've got not much in the way of winds, thankfully, so that wind we had yesterday is not going to be a factor today, and that should allow for temperatures to warm up pretty nicely. In fact, we'll probably get up into the mid-50s today, and unlike yesterday where the sun was out, but that wind would just take it and just, you know, really feel it on your skin, won't be the case today. So that 56 will feel fairly nice, but do be mindful if you're headed out to cook off tonight, temperatures are going to cool off quickly into the upper 40s, and then eventually we'll be looking at a cool start, not as cold as this morning, but still low 40s and upper 30s by tomorrow morning. And as we get into the afternoon, warming nicely back up into the upper 60s. So just like what we see here in Southeast Texas, we get winter for, you know, one day, maybe 36 hours, and then we're warm once again. A lot of sunshine out there today, a lot of dry air. That's kind of what all that copper shading is. And then our next storm system that'll get brewing is way off of the west coast. That will come in, but not until we get in towards next week. Traveling today, big mess as you get up towards Boston, moving on up to Maine, and we're going to start to see the lake effect machines kick in as this low coils its way in across eastern sections of Canada. And when they really start cranking, we could be looking at places like Buffalo, New York, which is right here off of Lake Erie. They could pick up a foot or 2 feet of snow. So thankfully, we're not dealing with that. High pressure slides off to the east as we get into the weekend. That should warm things up nicely, especially if you're headed down to NRG for the cook-off. We'll be looking officially at temperatures in the upper upper 60s to mid 70s. Warm, but it will be chilly at night, so be mindful for that. Otherwise, a great weekend overall with those nice cool starts, sunny finishes, and of course next week we'll have to kind of watch how the storms may be impacting folks who are going to try to get out and do a little bit of voting. And of course, Ro, we're going to be springing forward as we head towards next weekend.
Bringing forward, everything moving. That's exactly how I like it. You can see that's happening right here. I do want to show you some areas that have a little slowdown because of this morning's commute. You can see we're here at the 225 at East Loop. Typical rush hour delays, some yellow over here. I did also want to show you, if you just move a little westward, this is the Texas Med Center area. You can see just some so slow spots, excuse me, as you move towards inbound. Did want to shout out to my folks at NASA. This is NASA 1 at NASA Parkway. Looks like everything is great. The city is just waking up, as you can tell. And of course, I want to move it down here to the up here to the East X Freeway at I-10. This is what it looks like right now. Everything moving and grooving. Love that phrase. Thank you, Justin, for that. And of course, your drive times. Here it is. 26 minutes from Katy. You have 14 minutes now from Pearland, 26 minutes from Sugar Land to the heart of our great city.
Love seeing all that green still this morning. Woo! Well, 2 days of coronavirus concerns have really left their mark on Wall Street.
This morning, there's worry about a third day in a row. Channel 2's Maribel Aber checking in from New York.
Hey, news of a coronavirus case closer to home is reacting to the markets. That's live from the NASDAQ market site in Times Square.
624, we're back. U.S. companies in China say expect a big blow to revenue through this year, 2020. And those concerns are having a big impact on Wall Street. Let's check in with Maribel live at the NASDAQ market site in Times Square. Good morning.
Good morning, Owen. It's looking like another steep sell-off at the open today on the news of the coronavirus case in California. Stocks in Europe and Asia were sharply lower overnight. And here in the U.S., Dow futures are now indicating a drop of about 278 points when trading opens. Investors are worried the virus will slow economic growth and take a bite out of corporate profits. Yesterday, we saw a mixed trading session. Dow down 123. NASDAQ managed a slight gain, up 15. As some U.S. companies in China say, revenue from that country could be cut in half if the coronavirus goes into the summer. That's according to a survey from the American Chamber of Commerce in China. About 20% of the companies surveyed say revenue could decline by 50%. That's if the virus extends through August 30th. Among the challenges facing companies that are trying to get their employees to the workplace given the travel restrictions in place, and companies are also facing difficulty getting enough protective gear to keep workers safe. Owen and Tanaya, it's like we talked about earlier this week. The impact of the coronavirus is hitting companies, and if it hits companies, it's going to impact consumers.
Definitely affecting a lot of people and things.
Doesn't sound like it's going to stop anytime soon either. So, all right, Maribel, thank you.
The Astros getting ready to face the Nationals once again today.
So coming up, the moment Alex Bregman got hit with a pitch yesterday, and how many other players have been hit so far during spring training.
Good morning, everyone. I'm health reporter Haley Hernandez. The Houston Health Department is planning for coronavirus. Why they're telling hospitals to have contingency plans ready to go. Coming up.
And drive times are looking good so far. There are some slow spots I do want to tell you about. Here's the Southwest Freeway. Want to show you that and get you some good weather. Justin?
Good weather so far this morning, but it's chilly out there with beautiful sunrise and our Kaplan Science Relief camera looking good. Those temperatures are going to be on the cold side. Just how warm will we get as you get ready to warm up the old belly at cook-off? I'll have that forecast.
Live from KPRC, this is Channel 2 News Today.
Breaking news today, a firefighter hurt a suspected drunk driver behind bars now. How that injured firefighter is doing after a car plowed into the fire station.
It's a frigid, chilly, cold start to our Thursday morning. Grab that coat, but the good news is you won't need it for too long.
Hey, spring break is coming up. Before you book your next vacation rental through Vrbo or another popular booking site, we've got a consumer warning. What you need to know about your rights if the property owner changes their mind after you've paid for your stay.
And we are talking all things barbecue this morning. Coming up, I'm here at the Tumble Inn where they will be putting 600 pounds of brisket onto the pit.
Oh, look at that.
Need a hand?
I know. Do you need some help tasting it to make sure it's good for the cook-off?
A lot of meat.
Man. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for waking up with us. 6:30 on a Thursday. I'm Tanaya Wright.
Good morning. It's that time of year again. Rose, in on traffic. How are we doing so far?
Doing great. Can't wait for the sun to come up and increase visibility on these roads. A couple of slow spots now because everyone is rushing to work. I understand. Got to get to work. Let's do that safely.
Indeed.
There you
100%.
go. That's definitely good advice. Shades for sure if you're out this morning. morning because, as Ro mentioned, sun's just now starting to come up. We've got zero cloud cover, and so that will allow things to warm up. But it is cold out there. Look at that. Nice looking little frame of the old Williams Tower there. Our Kaplan Science Relief camera. We're seeing the same thing. Beautiful looking shot here at Channel 2 from the tower cam. As Ro mentioned, starting to get a little more traffic on the inbound and certainly outbound sides as well. So just take it easy out there. We've got 31 in Sugar Land. Bush Airport's at 34 up around Kingwood. And folks on the island right now starting off at around 41. 32 over in Dayton. 31 up in the Woodlands, Katy, Richmond, and Damon, all sitting at or around freezing. So frost out there in a few spots. That wouldn't shock me, but it's certainly not going to be anything super heavy. But do note that we will quickly jump back up into the 50s to about 60 this afternoon. But if you're going to cook off this evening, you're going to need that coat just like Brittany's got on because it will be chilly tonight. I'll have a full look at your weekend forecast here in just a bit. Ro?
And again, drive times are looking good. You could see there's just typical traffic here in Houston. No major accidents. I do want to show you some slowdowns here right where 69, I-10, and 45 all meet. You could see lots of different colors here, which means you should make time for your morning commute and slow down. Want to also show you this. This is the Southwest Freeway at Buffalo Speedway. Want to show some loves here in Southwest Houston, but that's pretty much it. Here are your drive times. I hope you all take it slow this morning and follow the rules of the road.
All right, row 631 now. A firefighter's dealing with a possible concussion after a car crashed into the fire station.
This all happened at the station just off Telephone and Lockwood in Southeast Houston. Channel 2 Sophia Ojeda has been there all morning long following this. So, Sophia, what did the car hit when it went through that building?
Good morning. The assistant fire chief says when that car came barreling through the front of the fire station here, it hit a lounge area just inside that wall there and a row of refrigerators. That's where one firefighter was unfortunately in its path. He was sent to the hospital, is recovering from a head injury, and is doing okay this morning.
It's frankly a miracle. Had it occurred a few minutes earlier, a number of firefighters could have been directly in the line of this car.
Officials say several firefighters were spared late last night when a car slammed into the front of Fire Station 18 in Southeast Houston. Incredibly, only one firefighter was inside the lounge area when it happened. He suffered an injury to his head.
And what we think happened is that he was struck by maybe one of the refrigerators, because that is the lounge area. All the refrigerators have been pushed forward and knocked over.
That driver, investigators say, was driving drunk when he caused all this damage. He was taken into custody and is behind bars this morning.
We're also going to look at the monetary damage that this individual caused to City of Houston property. So he's going to probably be facing additional charges.
And those additional charges could be upgraded to intoxication assault of a public servant. Again, the fire chief tells us that firefighter is doing okay this morning. Reporting live in Southeast Houston, Sophia Ojeda, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
6:33 on this Thursday morning. Now to some more breaking news. A Precinct 8 deputy is being checked out at the hospital after being involved in a crash in Pasadena. This happened on the exit ramp at Beltway 8 and Highway 225. We are told that deputy was responding to an accident when he crashed right into a Ford F-150. His patrol unit took on some front-end damage. The deputy hit his head, we're told, and he was taken to an area hospital as a precaution. As of right now, there's no word on if the other driver was injured or who was at fault for this accident. The area was temporarily shut down, but it has since reopened.
Also breaking this morning, a man in police custody after investigators say he led them on a chase. He wouldn't pull over for a traffic stop. It started at Broadway and Morley in Southeast Houston. The man drove around a neighborhood many times, then crashed into a curb. The guy bailed out of the car and tried to run, but police quickly arrested him about 3 miles away at Richwood and Nunn.
Some more breaking news this Thursday. Houston police are now searching for this man. 94-year-old man they say went missing last night. Richard Jennings last spoke with a family member on the phone at about 6 p.m. yesterday. Investigators say he told them that he was stuck in traffic along Emancipation Avenue. Here's a photo of the car similar to what he was driving at the time. It is described as a dark brown 2011 Volkswagen Jetta with the license plate number 2DDPH. If you have any information on his whereabouts or you see him, call police.
To a developing story now, the woman accused of shooting her 10-year-old nephew faced a judge overnight. 19-year-old Caitlin Smith is facing charges of injury to a child, serious bodily injury. The shooting happened Tuesday afternoon at the Chisholm Trail Apartments near Rankin Road. Smith is accused of shooting the boy while taking selfies with a gun. The child was seriously hurt. The judge set Smith's bond at $20,000.
Time right now is 6:35 this morning. Happening today, opening statements in the trial against the Arkema chemical plant. That plant exploded during Hurricane Harvey. The company, along with the plant's CEO and manager, is charged with releasing toxic chemical and placing workers in danger. That trial is expected to start at 9:30 this morning.
New developments of the fallout over the botched Harding Street raid. Dozens of people convicted on the testimony of disgraced Houston officer Gerald Goins could be set free. Harris County District Attorney Kim Ogg says 69 people arrested on drug charges based on Goins' testimony could get new trials. 2 men have already been declared innocent after being previously convicted in cases led by Goins. Another development stemming from the Harding Street raid, changes to the Houston Police Department's no-knock warrants. The new policy states no-knock warrants must now be approved by the chief or a liaison to get one of them. A narcotics lieutenant also must be present, and investigators must wear body cams. 6:36, the coronavirus crisis is proving a tough battle for countries trying to contain it.
Yesterday, President Trump said the virus poses a low risk to Americans. However, federal scientists say the virus's spread to the U.S. is inevitable. Health reporter Haley Hernandez is here with more this morning on the latest on the coronavirus, both here and abroad.
That's right, guys. So far, the only reported cases in Texas are in San Antonio, where people were sent after being evacuated from overseas. But here in Houston, preparation is underway. The Houston Health Authority, Dr. David Pearce, spoke yesterday about what he is instructing all local hospitals to do. He says it should look similar to how Houston prepped for the H1N1 outbreak, setting up triage where symptomatic people will not be inside hospitals to compromise the health of other patients and healthcare workers.
It is the hospitals and the clinics' jobs to prepare for the worst, to anticipate the worst and be prepared for it. And hopefully it won't be that bad. And if this is all said and done and we get accused of having over-prepared, I will gladly take that criticism.
So meanwhile, school districts are making plans. Houston ISD tells us in part, we are in contact with the Centers for Disease Control and will follow their recommendations and will follow appropriate assessment and monitoring protocols. The rest of those statements are on our website, click2houston.com. And we do expect to hear from Governor Greg Abbott today. He has plans to provide new details on what the state is doing to counter the virus's spread. That meeting is expected at 3:30 this afternoon. Worldwide, the numbers continue to rise. More than 81,000 people are infected, with most of those cases and deaths in China. South Korea is second and has postponed some upcoming training missions with the U.S. military. This morning, numbers spiked in Iran, killing 26 people and infecting 245 people. And Italy is another hotspot as authorities race to contain a large outbreak there.
I think it's fascinating, too. In Japan, they're going to be stopping school for a month. I mean, like, you know, nobody's taking this lightly.
We're hearing worldwide how this is having huge impacts.
Thank you, Haley. Turning now to Decision 2020, the clock is now ticking for candidates to make their mark in South Carolina. Voters head to the polls on Saturday and then across the country again on Super Tuesday. The Today Show's Craig Melvin sat down with candidate Joe Biden, who seems to think that frontrunner Bernie Sanders is going to slow down soon.
Vice President, some seem keen on a revolution.
Well, some do, but look at the numbers. We always talk about this great increase in participation. He's nowhere near, he's not going to come anywhere near generating the kind of participation of young folks that Barack did in 2008.
You can see more from that exclusive interview this morning only on Today. Former New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg back in Houston today. He's skipping campaigning in South Carolina this morning, instead focusing right here in the Lone Star State for the last day of early voting today. His Get Out and Vote rally will be at the Rustic in downtown Houston. That all starts at 9:30 this morning.
Got a cold morning out there, 6:39 Stapleton. How are we doing?
We're doing all right, It is chilly out there, though. Notice that we don't have any cloud cover. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, there you go. There's 4, but that's about it. You get the idea. We're going to see a real nice looking day today. Temperatures sitting in the low 30s, mid 30s, and even low 40s as you get towards Galveston. Right now, we're looking at upper 20s, kind of crisscrossing from Brenham to Navasota, Conroe over to Cleveland, the Woodlands as well, folks, if you're just waking up there, I should say, getting out the door, and then obviously it gets a touch warmer than that. Still, though, 30s are chilly, regardless if it's mid, low 30s, doesn't really matter. Winds have gone calm, though. That's certainly the good news, and that means that we're going to be looking at a nice day today. I'd go to the park, pick the kids up from the pickup line forecast. Looks A-OK for this afternoon. And of course, this evening, barbecue cook-off kicking off as well. We'll see those temperatures falling off quickly into the 40s. So make sure you've got the jacket with you as well, guys. But we should be A-OK as we head in towards what is going to be a spectacular weekend forecast. I'll have it coming up.
Well, what's cooking this morning? We have seen brisket, we have seen chicken, we have seen a lot
We just
of
haven't
good things.
tasted any.
No, exactly.
Live from NRG for cook-off. The contest is underway. We'll check in with our Brittany Jeffers straight ahead.
Hey, vacation planning should be fun. You buy your plane tickets, line up your rental car, make your reservations for where you'll stay. You're all set to go. Then your lodging reservations are canceled? I'm consumer expert Amy Davis. What happens when vacation booking sites leave you stranded?
6:42 this morning, love is in the air. Oh, it's not Valentine's Day. No, we're talking about barbecue.
No, the real holiday. Channel 2's Brittany Jeffers is at NRG Park this morning, where we're smoking out the competition for this big cook-off. And Brittany, you promised us some brisket, so what do you got?
You know what? We're here at the Tumble Inn, and they take this very seriously. You were talking about brisket. Check this out. More than 600 pounds of it. Go ahead, gentlemen. Don't let me stop you. I know they're busy here getting ready to put this on the pit. We've got a lot of people here working and helping out. We actually have the chairman here with us, Michael. And you guys have been here for a very long time. Kind of fill us in on what you've been working on, what will be going on today.
Certainly, Brendan. I've actually, this is my 30th year at the rodeo. We started out when NRG was not even here. It's been fun, but we've been here since Friday morning, setting things up, dropping pits, and building the facade and everything you see here. This is Mr. Mike Brawley. He's our head chef and cook, and he takes care of all these gentlemen and make sure they stay on track.
Well, certainly a very concentrated, big team effort, all hands on deck. We were talking numbers here earlier, Mike. Fill me in. You guys feed a lot of people.
We do. We go through about 600 pounds of brisket a night, and we go through probably 400 pounds of chicken and 500 pounds of sausage. We run through about 1,000 people through the general public line, and then we go through about 300 on the VIP line, so about 1,300 total.
Okay, now I know you guys have taken home some hardware in the past. Tell me kind of what it is you guys have your eye on this year.
Well, our specialty's chicken. 2007 we were first runner-up chicken. 2018 we were champion chicken. So maybe 2020 will be a good year and we can hit in chicken again and maybe win it all, hopefully.
Well, here's hoping for you guys. Again, these are some of the competitors, in all 254 teams will be participating. The doors will be opening tonight to the public, the general public, around 5 o'clock. Certainly been a great day for me out here as well. We're going to go try to sample some of the stuff that's cooked as well.
It looks so
We're live here at
good.
NRG. Oh, I know. You guys, I have the best job today. This is just fantastic.
It is an awesome assignment for sure. All right, well, Brittany, appreciate it. And we'll see everybody out at cook-off at some point. How about the Astros? Bregman got hit with a pitch yesterday in the spring training game. 7th player to get hit by a pitch in the first 5 games. Cardinals, by the way, beat our Astros 7-5 in a split squad game. The Mets won as well, 4-2. We've got the Nationals this afternoon at 5. As for the Rockets, they've got a 5-game winning streak going after beating the Grizzlies 140-112 yesterday. Russell Westbrook with 33 points. The Beard another 30. Up next, a trip to Boston for the Celtics Saturday night.
6:45 now. Let's go to Justin with a check on our forecast. Chilly start to our day.
Bit of a chilly start. If you're going to go head on down towards Herman Park and do a little running, I definitely would bring the long sleeves, both tops and bottoms, and the thermals, because it is chilly out there. We've got 37 degrees. Dew points are very, very low as well, meaning that the air is super dry. So that's good, because when the sun comes out today, should be able to warm it up pretty quickly. Here's a live shot from here at Channel 2. Roads are starting to pick up with a little more traffic. We'll get to Row in just a second, show more details on that. 34 over in Anahuac down in Galveston. Good morning on the island. We're at 41 degrees. We've got 27 in Conroe, 29 out towards Katy. Both Tomball and Sugar Land are dealing with temperatures just below freezing, but at least the wind is not out there. Notice that everybody's wind is basically less than 10 miles an hour, certainly better than the 30 to 40 that we were seeing yesterday. So your futurecast temperatures will look like this as we head to this afternoon, topping out, I call mid-upper 50s, likely get up to about 60 in a couple of spots as well. And then as you head out tonight, if you're going out to barbecue, as you saw Britt a second ago, it's cold, and it's going to be chilly there tonight as well. Be in the 40s pretty quickly, and then sit there by most of the morning. Upper 30s, low 40s is kind of where we'll sit for a good chunk of the morning. And then by tomorrow afternoon, nice warm up, slowly start to get things back up into the upper 60s and even warmer than that. Right now, Zach Track's all quiet. I'd go all the way up here towards New England to see some trouble. And in fact, this area of low pressure, look at this. See all these little snow fingers that are working their way towards western PA and Pittsburgh. That's lake effect snow, and that's really going to kick in places like Buffalo, Watertown, which is right here just south of Toronto. They could pick up upwards of 1 to 2 feet of snow. Thankfully, that's not for us. A lot of dry air sitting on top of the state of Texas ensures that we're going to see sunshine today. We'll see it tomorrow. And in fact, a great looking weekend forecast. One of the better barbecue cook-off forecasts we've seen in a while. 60 officially today, 70 tomorrow. Cool starts for the weekend in the 40s, nice afternoons in the 70s, and right now it looks like the rain chances don't start to creep back in until we get to about next Monday or Tuesday, Ro.
Justin, I knew it was too good to be true. This is now what we have right here. We have a couple of red spots, a couple accidents I want to tell you about that are causing some delays. First one is here is at North our Beltway 8 going westbound. We have a 2-car accident at Greenspoint with the 2 center lanes in the left lane affected. Then we also have one right here at the 610 West Loop southbound just before Richmond Avenue. You see the center lane here is affected. All of these contribute to these drive times, which you'll see right here. Lots of yellow. We have 36 minutes in from the Woodlands, 33 minutes from Kingwood, 33 minutes from Sugarland into the heart of downtown.
Well, thousands of travelers use those vacation property rental websites. You know the ones. You can stay in one of those luxurious homes instead of getting a hotel room.
Well, this morning, consumer expert Amy Davis has a warning about the services that could leave you stranded with nowhere to stay.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised by this. When you book a property through one of these sites and then cancel without much notice, you could lose your money. But travelers are discovering when the property owners cancel, the rules are very lopsided.
This Galveston Bayfront retreat with sunset views looks amazing on Vrbo. It boasts a pool table, a fireplace, and an outdoor kitchen. No wonder it gets 5 stars.
It was perfect for what we had.
But Houstonian Kelly Keenan says you don't know the half of it.
If it's happened to me, it's happened to others.
What happened? Keenan booked the property through Vrbo in July. He paid in full, making plans for his extended family to stay here the week of Christmas. 16 of them flying in from 4 states. Fast forward to December 10th. 11 days before his scheduled check-in, he received an email letting him know his reservations were canceled by the property owner.
Did they say why they canceled?
The management company said he wanted it for his own use.
Frustrated, Keenan looked up the owner of the property, a Houston attorney, and called him directly for answers.
He said, well, I just didn't want to rent it for the amount that you had it booked for. And I said, what do you mean? And he says, well, that's worth a lot more money than what you guys have agreed to pay. And I said, okay, but I said, we have an agreement. And he goes, well, I'm not going to honor it.
And we've learned under Vrbo's terms and conditions, property hosts can cancel reservations with no penalty. And you have no way to know if the owner of the property you're booking has canceled on prior customers.
The only way you can give a bad review of an owner is if you actually rented from that owner. Well, we didn't rent from this guy, so there's no way for us to tell people what happened.
In an email, a Vrbo HomeAway representative wrote, each homeowner or property manager who lists a property on Vrbo sets their own rates and manages their own calendar. Homeowners or property managers who repeatedly cancel reservations may be removed from the site. But here's the property, not only on Vrbo, it's also on Airbnb and TripAdvisor. The difference? When a property owner cancels a reservation on Airbnb, the site makes an automated post in the reviews, so others know when the owner canceled. They also dock the owner up to $100 on their next booking. Keenan says Vrbo should do the same.
Certainly the agreement says that they can do whatever they want, and that's basically what I wanted to get across. You just have no rights as a renter.
So we did reach out to that Houston attorney who owns the Galveston Beach House. He blamed the pricing error on a website snafu and said we should get in touch with the property management company. But when we reached out to them, they said that they have a signed contract with that owner allowing them to set nightly rental rates based on the market and demand. They have now taken his property offline until they know he is going to agree to the prices that they set. You know, all these places use algorithms. On all 3 of those sites, the rental was at different prices.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So now you got to comparison shop for these rentals
on these
too.
two now.
Right, depending on what side it's on. But I mean, you probably want to go where there are the most customer protections.
Yeah,
you know,
like
when you think about that, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I said it happened to my mom. They canceled hers a week before we were going to visit family in California.
Happened to our general manager. They canceled when he was on his plane, scheduled to arrive in London. It's like, oh, nice. Yeah.
It's not, yeah,
right.
it's not good.
That's what you want to do after going through customs. Deal with that.
Coming up, final check of traffic and weather at 6:52 right now. Don't forget, follow us at click2houston.com for all your up-to-the-minute traffic updates with our What's Driving Houston page. Traffic maps are updated every 10 minutes to keep you on time.
Breaking news this morning, a firefighter hurt a suspected drunk driver in custody after a car slams right into a fire station.
It happened off Telephone Road at Lockwood on the southeast side. Our Sophia Ojeda is there live. How's the firefighter doing?
Good morning, Owen. We know that firefighter was sent to the hospital with a head injury. He is doing okay this morning, so that is the good news. Officials say that several firefighters were actually spared late last night when a car slammed into the front of Fire Station 18 in southeast Houston. Incredibly, only one firefighter was inside the lounge area when this happened. He suffered an injury to his head. That driver, investigators say, was driving drunk when he caused all this damage. He is facing DWI. Those charges could be upgraded to intoxication assault of a public servant. Reporting live in southeast Houston, Sophia Ojeda, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
6:55 top stories this morning. A precinct 8 deputy involved in a crash in Pasadena. Now we are told that deputy was responding to an accident when he crashed into a truck. That deputy hit his head and was taken to an area hospital as a precaution. As of right now, there's no word on that other driver's condition or who was at fault.
Opening statements in the trial against Arkema chemical plant get underway today. The plant exploded during Hurricane Harvey. The company, its CEO and manager are charged with releasing toxic chemicals and placing workers in danger.
Vice President Mike Pence is leading a new task force meeting on preventing the spread of coronavirus today. President Trump said this virus poses a low risk to Americans. Federal scientists, however, say the virus spread to the U.S. is inevitable.
And got two incidents I want to tell you about here. You have that incident right here on the North Beltway, right at Greens Point. I want to show you what that looks like. This is the accident right here. You could see lots of flashing lights and what appears to be a gaper's delay. I want to tell you about one more accident, a two-car accident, 610 West Loop southbound just before Richmond Avenue. The center lane is affected, and here are your drive times. You can see yellow, 36 minutes from the Woodlands into downtown.
Thank you very much, Ro. A little cold out there this morning as well. We've been looking at temperatures that have been ranging anywhere from the upper 20s on the north side to the low 30s. A lot of sunshine, though, looking pretty good so far. The Williams Tower, we've got temperatures right at around freezing from Katy to Bush. Galveston, obviously, is a little warmer than that. Has been slightly more in terms of not only the temperature, but the wind just a bit. About 10-mile-an-hour wind down on the island right now, but it should start to settle down. So notice those widespread upper 20s. And this will be the coldest morning, guys. It'll be chilly the next couple of mornings going into the weekend, but not like what we're seeing out there now. Of course, wind speed's not going to be an issue today, so when that sunshine warms things up, that will be nice. Speaking of cook-off, there's your forecast for this evening. Go on and get you some.
That's your ribs forecast.
That's my ribs forecast.
Let's go back out to NRG. What you got for us, boys?
Oh,
baby.
Doggy.
The briskets are just getting started, too.
That's right.
That's going to be a little while.
They're waving. Hi, Mom. Number one.
Let's not rush things. It is also National Chili Day, so I don't know if anybody's got any chili out there, but it's going to be cold enough
that
for
sounds
it.
good.
Look at that, 33 right now. You're going to need that brisket to warm up.
Thanks to our Brittany Jeffers and all the gang. We'll see y'all at Cook-Off. Be safe this weekend as we kick off the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo.